Hello, some of you may know me as the country counselor, others as Lefty Winger, and there are some that just know me that's a crazy old man that fishes with a lot of poles. And my wife tells me that if I knew how to fish, I wouldn't need but one pole. And I had an old buddy in South Carolina I used to fish with. He would say, "Now Norm," he said, "if fish are biting, one pole's enough, and if they ain't biting, one pole's enough." But I got to tell you that me and Bobby don't subscribe to that theory. Okay, we think more is better. And over the years, I've been blessed with being able to carry people out fishing, and most of the time that goes really well. Doesn't always, and so I wanted to pen a few words about that. We'll call this the fish story, or I guess the fish poem. Everybody knows the old story. Give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Or teach him to fish and he can feed himself for a lifetime. And to that I have this to say. Like Paul Harvey, here's the rest of the story. Teach a man to fish and feed him for life. But now that can become very, very expensive and can make for a very unhappy wife. First, he'll need 8 new graphite poles so that he'll be able to spider rig. And that will be the least expensive thing he's going to need. I mean, he'll need 10 packs of every color jig. Then he'll need the latest electronics so he can find the best fishing hole. I mean, his manhood is now at stake, and getting there first is now his goal. And in order to do that, you know what he needs. Oh yeah, the biggest and the fastest boat. I mean, these rigged out can be $100,000. So he goes to the bank and signs a note. And of course, the old family SUV won't pull the new boat, so he must have a new fancy truck. And you know it's got to be a 4-wheel drive. That way when he goes fishing, he won't get stuck. And the worst part of this story is fishing will turn an honest man into a liar. I mean, he says things like, "To cook all the fish I just caught, I'm going to need a 50-gallon fryer." And if he goes out and does not catch anything, he has more excuses than fleas on a hound. It was too windy, too muddy, and the water was falling. Can a fisherman be heaven bound? I mean, this starts out to feed the family. Of course, bass fishing is catch and release. And he can't feed his family because of all the debt. And then the family has no peace. So that's the rest of the story. Teach a man to fish does sound good, but it's really not a good idea because it may not turn out as it should. Happy birthday, Bobby. God bless. Hang on, I've got something else I want to say to you. With all this COVID that we've had, I have not been able to take anybody out fishing here lately, and Kim doesn't like for me to go out by myself, being old and all, and she worries about me, and of course I'll go anyway. But what I do so that she doesn't worry about me too much is when I come in, I always give her a call and say, "I'm in, I'll be home in a little bit." And so a couple of months ago, I decided that when I called her, I would sing what I wanted to say. And of course, not being a songwriter, I had to borrow a tune from Tony Orlando. Y'all remember that Tie a Yellow Ribbon, where he says, "I'm coming home, I've done my time." And so I wanted to share that with you. I'm not being a singer, I'm well aware that I'm going to embarrass myself and humiliate myself, but at this age, whatever, doesn't matter anymore. So, I'm coming home, I've had a good time. I've been out on the lake and wet a line. I didn't catch a fish, even though I really tried. I think the problem is all the fish have died. All the fish have died. But tie a yellow jiggy on my favorite pole, 'cause I'm going back down to my favorite fishing hole. And if there's just one fish that's left, I'm going back this fall. Then if I can catch him, I can say I caught 'em all. I can say I caught 'em all. God bless. Happy birthday again.